Panos, now what? Where do we stand now with DBC and DryBMS, the implementation? I mean, what are the next steps that you have planned as a what do we expect
My feeling
for
is
2026 or until the end
wow.
of 2025?
I have mixed feelings. I have high hopes, but currently I have mixed feelings. The momentum as it started was phenomenal. We had 30, 40 subscribers and we started quite fast with energy and so on. Then there was a period of slowdown. DBCE is looking the next managing director to lead the path to where we want to go. Where we want to go is known. Acceptance by the charterers, acceptance by the owners, and move ahead with some technical stuff about committees and updates and revisions and accepting auditing bodies and all these things and training. These are the not small, they are very important and very difficult. However, these are practical. The main thing for the future is acceptance, much wider acceptance, mainly by the charterers as part of a vetting process, accepting a company for contracts and so on, and also wider acceptance and implementation by the shipping industry. At this stage, without setting specific marks and limits and so on. So this is where I want we move on in the future. I'm pretty sure we're going to do it. We're going to find the right people to manage and lead this transformation. It needs people that can go around and persuade the industry of where we need to go. Shipping maybe sound progressive for many, but I can tell you it's extremely traditional. Extremely traditional. People are not easy to change their perceptions. I mean, people who are decision makers. And traditionally also shipping is well known for the concept we know everything and we don't need somebody else to tell us how we should do things. Whereas DryBMS comes in and says we have a compilation of industry standards that we want to spread around. And there's a conflict there. There's a conflict.
Let me make it more specific.
Yeah.
I told you before, DryBMS is a baby. It's a startup. It's a global startup, but it is still a baby. Steps forward. We need to find the correct managing director who will lead the system. Of course, the founding members, RightShip and Intercargo, are now managing the system in a way that it is stable and very well organized. Second step, to find a quality technical manager that will take over the DryBMS as a system. The system needs update because it's already three years old. When it was created, it's 3 years old. We need to input new things inside, like cyber security,
new fuels,
harassment and bullying on board the ships, things like this that they need to be implemented. Some charters also demands that they need to be in the system. So in order for this to happen, we need owners and we need charterers. Right now we have more than 60 owners subscribed into the DryBMS. We are still waiting for charterers and we are working towards this together with RightShip. We contact charterers and we are trying to get their approval. No, we have the system. We are trying to get their interest to participate lively into the system. You will tell me, yeah, but RightShip is there. Yes, RightShip is there, not the shareholders of RightShip. So we are still in the process of bringing more charters into the system, being able to form the DryBMS committee that will be comprised by charters and owners, so they can move the system forward. And also the accreditation of surveyors that will audit the system, that will be accredited by DBC to do this task. For sure, there are now companies out there doing audit to the DryBMS system, not accredited so far. But again, we have an indication, and the indication that we have is that the companies that have enlisted in the system are with very high quality standards. And this is a good sign. It means that the system is working.
Well, I will come back to that at some point. But first, I have a question on the charter side. Why it's so difficult to convince them? Or let's say, because I understand you invite them, either directly or through RightShip, but still there is some kind of resistance, let's say, or they are not fully convinced about the value. What is this exactly? Because I hear you have already 60 members shipping companies, whereas I would expect the opposite, to have many charterers, and shipping companies would be the ones that they will be standing, and
there is out there is a miscommunication about the whole thing. When it started from RightShip and cargo. Of course, charters and the people from the charters that are with the capacity to audit companies were not involved. Mm-hmm. And this is something that I believe made the charters step back a little bit to see how this system will evolve, how will be, let's say, governed, and then participate. I think we are at this point. Right now, they have understood, they have realized what it is, and I believe that we will have very good news in the next 2-3 months. This is what I believe, and if this happens, it will be a kickstart, and from there on, with the correct persons on board the DBC secretariat, I think it will progress very good. Otherwise, it will be a lost opportunity.
You said the key word, value.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So for charterers, there should be value to evaluate and review the submitted self-assessment by any company that has participated and is uploading its self-assessment. Once, as Spyros said, charterers are convinced that there is value, and this value does not put aside their own vetting departments, because as I said, change is difficult.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All these organizations have very, very, very robust and strong vetting processes to clear a vessel and continue into a business contract. Very, very robust, because of their own due diligence and reputation and so on. So DryBMS comes now and says, have a look at this tool in your vetting process and incorporate this in your own vetting process and say if a company is going the right direction or not. We're close. I think we are very close. People should, this is what a good managed director would do, bring together this, because people sometimes are afraid, is this tool battling my own vetting processes if I'm XYZ charterer? No, it's not. It's supplementary. It gives value. It provides more information. But this has to go around. People need to spread the word. This podcast is a unique opportunity as well. We had also recently some seminars with some P&I clubs to spread the news, how things are, and how valuable it would be for everybody, not only for the owner to have a tool to self-assess its own process and improvement, also for the client and the customer and the charterer and the shipper and all the big names in the market, to have another tool in their weaponry and say, this is how I do my vetting, this is how I do my clearance. let me check what this company does, basis DryBMS and basis their standards and so on. So I think we're pretty close in that, and people will be convinced, or at least I'm optimistic. I don't know.
So when you believe is a milestone for you, so converting DryBMS from, I don't know if we can say nice to have at the moment, to must have.
It has already been converted. There is a Rio Tinto, for example, has it as a must. In order to be a member
In their DOS.
DOS system, it's a must.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the pillars. They have 3 pillars. One pillar is application to a certain minimum level, not in all areas, application of DryBMS. And verification of DryBMS by an independent party.
Yes.
So it's already there. And if Rio Tinto is doing it, I'm pretty sure others will do it.
So you said that they have already their own vetting procedures and systems.
Processes and teams, yes.
But I'm pretty sure that more or less, when we do vetting, or we ask the same things. I mean, classic question: certificates, are they valid or not? I'm sure they have question in their vetting system, and there is also one in DryBMS as well. So I'm saying that systems would be very close to each other. So why they still not afraid, let's say, hesitate to adopt DryBMS?
Okay. DryBMS as a system does not have questions, has requirements. For example, you mentioned about certificates. The requirement is not your certificates are valid. The requirement is you must have a proper, robust, well-organized system to monitor the validity of your certificates, make sure they do not expire, make sure this and that, make sure that they are available on board, make sure people understand what this certificate is about. It's a plethora of requirements. It's not a question. Vetting department, as you said, for this particular voyage from A to B, requires this particular vessel to have a valid safety equipment. Send me the safety equipment certificate. I'm happy. I'm ticking the box. I'm okay. To move to the next step, which is to get into the company's premises and see how this company manages the certification of the vessels, the knowledge behind the certification of the vessels, people don't know. Petros, people don't know. People don't know what is the difference between an intermediate survey and an intermediate audit. People don't know windows. People don't understand what is the difference between a load line and IOPP. Don't know. So when we're gonna move to the phase where vetting departments that accept organizations and companies to take into consideration processes and so on, and owners also agree to that, this will be a breakthrough and a milestone.
Excellent. Spyros, can you please describe a little bit the process? I mean, let's say I would like to have a shipping company, but I don't. So let's say I'm a shipping company yet, and I'm too young, and I would like to apply for DryBMS.
It's a very easy process. As a process,
I'm asking because people listening to us maybe they don't know
It's a very easy process as a process. I mean, you subscribe to DBC. The fee is very small. It's £1,000 per year, and then you have to work with the system, uploading your information. This is the difficult part. Some companies worry about extra work, more scrutiny, unclear expectations from auditors, but it's very easy to do it. You just describe what you do and how you do it with evidence that supports your system. And this is very easy. Now, if you want to improve your system, you have to look at the requirements and go one step further, and one step further, and one step further. And this is how you improve. And this is how you get a higher rating. After you submit your info into the system,
The assessment.
you get a rating. And this is what you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
The problem comes when somebody comes and says, no, you are not that, you are something else. And this is how the system makes sure that what you upload there, it's something that it is valid and it is there for everybody to see and comprehend.
So now you're talking about the audit, the audits.
The verification.
The verification.
We don't call it an audit.
I am the one that I'm gonna invite the auditor to visit my office, or the charterer?
You can do that at any time, and you can see how you have evaluated yourself in the eyes of the auditor, or a charterer would come and request to you, okay, you say you are 3. I need to verify that. So I will choose an accredited auditor who will come and see how you are doing, if you are doing what you say you are doing, and this is clear.
What happens if the difference is big difference from what I believe to what they believe? Who is right?